This has got to be the absolute worst Etsy customer service of all time. You won't believe what this seller told this buyer. I'm also going to talk about some important eBay changes that may ultimately carry over to Etsy and impact Etsy. All that and more on this episode of Seller News. Let's go. Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the Handmade and Beyond podcast, and specifically the Seller News edition. It is Friday. I am LL, your host. I am back with some more really good news for you guys to help guide you through your journey, your Etsy and your online seller journey, keeping you up to date on what's going on out there in the world and what is going to possibly impact your business online. So today I have some really good topics for you guys that I want to talk about to help you out with your business. And the first one, I'm going to dive right in. We're going to get going on this Friday. Hopefully your Friday is going good so far and you have some plans for the weekend. So the first big topic I want to talk about is Ohio recently just passed a bill that was signed into law by the governor there in January, basically requiring people that sell on eBay to get an auctioneer's license. So if you're selling on eBay and you're not doing fixed pricing, which is basically just a set price or buy it now pricing, you're actually auctioning your items. They have basically said that you have to now get an auctioneer's license if you sell over $10,000 in product a year. This is a huge change because there's a lot of sellers that don't have auctioneer's license, and auctioneer's licenses are very, very hard to get. There's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of things that you have to do. So this is a pretty big change, and it's very worrisome not only for people that sell in Ohio. It's worrisome for people that sell in other states. Are they going to expand this to other states, and how is that going to impact your business if you sell primarily on eBay? And I know a lot of people sell, that sell on Etsy, sell on eBay, which is why I want to talk about this. But even more importantly, if Etsy follows the model of live selling, such as what Whatnot does, if you've sold on Whatnot, and other platforms are really trying to capitalize on the success that Whatnot has and release live selling, those are auction sales. So if Etsy or any other platform starts doing live selling auctions, this will fall under that as well. And you won't be able to do this unless you have an auctioneer's license. So this is pretty concerning to say the least. And maybe you're thinking, oh, I'll just get my auctioneer's license. Well, like I said, it's not as easy as you think. There's a $25 test fee. There's a $200 biannual renewal fee. There's a $250 fee for the bond that it takes to sell, to get an auctioneer's license. There's 8 hours of continuing education a year. And that is if you have an LLC, an auctioneer LLC. If you don't have the LLC, then it's 80 hours of auctioneer training to get your license. So all that is entailed. Not to mention you also have to get a background check and have a completely clean record, squeaky clean record, or they won't issue you the license either. So it is not very easy to get your license. There's a lot of things that you have to do. There's a lot of fees, a lot of annual fees that you have to do it. Not to mention, it is managed by the Department of Agriculture for Ohio, so they have oversight. So anything that you sell with your auctioneer's license has to be or could be analyzed and viewed by them and scrutinized by them. So there's another layer of oversight involved with getting your auctioneer's license. So the person that posted this over the last couple of weeks, basically, when laws are passed, not everything is clear. Not everything comes to light because there's a lot of legal speak and all that stuff. But the seller, an eBay seller out there, posted this on a forum, brought this to the attention, reached out to actually eBay to see what their take is on this. And they basically said through the Facebook page, they basically said that it's Ohio who's doing this. So if you're selling in Ohio, it's basically the Ohio people selling in Ohio's problem, not their problem. They also reached out to eBay Main Street, the main eBay hub, and have not heard back yet from them. But basically, that's the take that it seems like these companies are taking, the selling platforms are taking. You have to abide by the rules in your respective state. Just because you can sell on eBay via auction in Ohio doesn't mean that you should or are allowed to. You fall under your state jurisdiction, and that's what you have to abide by. So very concerning. Hopefully this doesn't spread. I don't think it's a good thing for them to be able to expand this and do this. But we'll see. So I think it's an important thing to be aware of. It's an important thing if you're in Ohio. It may be something that you may want to speak out against. Email your local legislator or whatever when it comes to voting. This is why voting is important, because these changes will ultimately impact your business and can impact your business. So you got to pay attention to what is going on, and if you want change, you got to vote in the respective people that are going to give you the change that you want, and hopefully reverse or alter this law so that it is not going to impact your business going forward. So that is the first thing I wanted to talk about, and the second thing I want to talk about is also related to eBay, and this is something that's come up a lot in all platforms out there. eBay actually just bought a company to help fight counterfeit and illegal goods. So they bought the company 3PM Shield. Is a company that basically it's software that integrates with eBay. It helps analyze listings and flag listings that fall under the counterfeit goods, illegal goods, things that are against the terms of service to sell on eBay. The company is supposed to analyze up to 1 million listings a day, which is a lot. And flag the appropriate listing. So this has been an ongoing problem with all platforms, especially eBay. I know Etsy has the same problem where people are selling stuff that they shouldn't be selling, that aren't handmade goods, that are counterfeit goods, that are trademark goods. So this is very interesting to me because I'm wondering if Etsy is going to follow suit and get another company or more resources to continue the fight against products that aren't actually allowed to be sold on Etsy, because that problem is not going anywhere. There's going to be, you take 100 shops down that are violating terms, and then 200 shops pop up. So it's going to be an ongoing battle, but I think that these companies are going to continue to try and fight that battle with more resources, more integrations, more companies that are tailor fit to be able to easily flag and take down this stuff, terminate shops, suspend shops that are violating these terms. So that's why I wanted to bring it to your attention. eBay is continuing this fight. I'm sure Etsy is following suit, and all these other companies are going to follow suit and continue to add more resources to battle this, because it makes, when you have all these shops violating the terms of service and offering these goods that are trademark infringing and counterfeit and all that stuff, it's making the marketplace bad for the rest of us. It's giving people a bad taste in their mouth, and it's not what we want as fellow sellers. We want people that are bringing things that are not violating terms of service and making the marketplace good for everyone around, and not a place, a hub for counterfeit stuff that really kind of muddies the waters. All right, and that brings me to the last bit of news, and this is specifically Etsy related, and maybe this is something you've seen, maybe you haven't, but this is crazy. There was a recent exchange from an Etsy buyer and seller on TikTok, because this seller, the buyer basically reached out, ordered a candle, Harry Styles candle, which again, the Etsy seller, I don't know how they're selling this stuff, because you can't sell people's likenesses and such as Harry Styles and other people that are in the pop culture realm that is infringing on their trademark. I'm sure Harry Styles has a trademark. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, she bought a Harry Styles candle, woke up the next day, decided she didn't want, or it was the wrong candle, wanted a refund, and the seller did not like the fact that she wanted to get a refund, and posted some nasty remarks in Etsy Messenger back to her. And she basically took those remarks and posted them on TikTok. And then he got on TikTok and responded to her posting it on TikTok. And then they had a whole exchange of words on TikTok through Etsy Messenger. So I'm going to tell you what they said to each other, because it is crazy. And this is absolutely how you should not act towards your customers, because in today's age, it could show up on TikTok. And this person has, the buyer that posted on TikTok has over almost 3 million views on this. So I am sure this is not doing any good for the shop seller. He already said that he's getting threats and, all the crazies come out of the woodwork. They're going to be messaging and inundating him about, what he did. And that's just making the problem worse. You should not do that. He should have not did that. It's just making everything worse. It's snowballing. So here's what the exchange said. She woke up, asked for a refund from this Etsy buyer, this Etsy seller for her candle. And he basically said to her, "I refunded you, and I highly doubt that you accidentally ordered. Have the day that you deserve." Oh my God. Have the day that you deserve. That is not an appropriate thing to say. So clearly she was not happy with this exchange. You don't ever tell someone to have the day that you deserve, or have a crappy day, basically is what he was saying. So she basically said that, this is, inappropriate response, and that she was going to post his response on TikTok. And then he proceeded to say, "Last night while you were smoking your peace pipe, you actually accidentally went through our store and picked out a candle and purchased. You woke up this morning sober and decided, better not get that candle. It was an accident. So you asked for your money back. What part doesn't make sense to you? Would you like me to get my dancing shoes and create a TikTok for you to help you understand?" Oh boy. So not only did he insult her and tell her to have the day that she deserved, he basically said that she was doing drugs and she's a drug addict, buying stuff. And then she woke up and had buyer's remorse because she was now sober. This did not help the situation, of course. And she posted that on TikTok. And then he posted another TikTok saying that, I'm not sure what the actual went on in the TikTok, but he posted, "The melodrama of St. Elizabeth, the beholder of Karen tears." So he then basically proceeded to call her a Karen, which never goes over well. And he sells candles. Basically, he turns people into saints. So the candle that she bought was Saint Harry Styles. So he has like Saint the Dude, Big Lebowski. Again, all these are probably infringing on copyright. So I'm amazing. It's amazing that all the publicity that this has gotten, none of this stuff has gotten flagged, because I'm sure that he's taking their likeness and selling them. Even though he is changing, he's changing their names a little bit, and it's kind of a parody. It's kind of a gray area. You're allowed to do parodies of stuff. So maybe that is what's letting it slide. I'm not sure. I'm not going into that. I'm here to talk about how he's calling her a Karen and has actually very terrible customer service. So then from there, he basically said he accused the seller or the buyer of backlash against the store. He also said he would start donating $5 of each sale to a local women's shelter in New Orleans. Then basically she said to him, you said you couldn't afford the $5 refund, and now you're donating $5 to a women's shelter. That didn't sit right with people or me, because I'm like, well, I'm a woman. Women end up in these shelters because of verbally abusive men. Basically, he's verbally abusing her. He said, to backtrack, he said that it was going to cost him $5 to refund her, which doesn't make any sense. Refunds are free. It's not costing you anything unless you already made the product, which I'm sure he didn't already make the product since it was the night before. So he was blowing some smoke there, basically telling her that it costs money to issue a refund. There's absolutely no cost to issue a full refund to buyers out there, because you get credited back with your eBay fees. So I don't know why he said that. He should have never said what he said. But that's what you get sometimes. You get nasty buyers, you get nasty sellers. We can all learn from it and be entertained, but also, no, this is not how you treat people. And this is not the way to get what you want. And if you own a business, you have to bite the bullet sometimes. You have to deal with difficult people. That's part of running your own business. And this is the type of publicity that is never going to help you. And this is the type of publicity that you need to avoid. So I strongly suggest you to never engage, even if the buyer is completely nasty to you. You can report that stuff to Etsy. You don't have to deal with it. You can block them. So go through that route. Don't write a nasty message and escalate the situation, especially if someone orders and wants a refund. That happens all the time. That should be fine. They order by accident. Yeah, you may be like, well, how'd they order by accident? It happens. People add stuff to their cart, they check out, they purchase, it happens. Even if it's not by accident, it's fine. It's your responsibility to take care of that customer, issue them a refund, have a pleasant experience, and the chances of them coming back and buying from you again is going to be really, really high. People always remember the negative interactions they have with businesses more so than the positive interactions. You're more apt to tell someone about a negative interaction than a positive interaction. Word of mouth is very strong, so you don't want that to spread, especially going viral like wildfire in a bad way. So that is it for today's episode. We learned some good stuff. We learned some lessons of what not to do. Hopefully that helps you guys out, gives you a little bit of entertainment on this Friday, but I'll be back next week with some more good episodes for you guys. Have an amazing day and an amazing rest of the weekend. See ya.